Well, hello, and welcome to another video here at T-Rex's Python Bit. And this is a little bit of a different video. This is an update video, but it's also, this is Dew. Now, if you know Dew, if you've been keeping up with the channel, she's one of my most recent purchases. She is an Amazon green tree python. She's about a year old. And it's kind of a sad subject because she's not a replacement for Sprite, but Sprite passed away. Sprite was my 7-foot-long Amazon green tree python, and I had her for quite a many year. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about. But anyway, when Sprite passed away, I said I had to have another Amazon green tree python. So I went to a reptile expo up in White Plains in January of this year, and that's where I bought this little girl. And the guy I bought her for, he said he couldn't get her to eat. But other than that, she was a very healthy snake. You see those eyes? And I've had her now since January. We're here in March, mid-March. And she's become one of my better eaters. She eats about 3 pinkies a week. She has a little bit of an attitude, just like Miss Sprite did. Sometimes she'll reach around and whack me. But most of the time, she's just very curious and very beautiful. Now, I know not a lot of you are saying, well, how come she's got so much yellow on her? Well, Amazon green tree pythons, when they're born young, they have a lot of yellow in them because in their native environments, it allows them to blend in better. And as they grow older, they ditch most of the yellow, not all, but most of it, and they go more green. Which, if you remember from my videos of Sprite, that's why Sprite, we got her name, because she looks like a can of Sprite. Well, we decided to keep up with that tradition, and now we have Dew, because she looks like a can of Mountain Dew. And yeah, she got great eyes on her. And again, like I keep saying in all my videos, I mean, it is just strictly a privilege to be around these animals, to have them in my home, to have them in my life. And when Sprite passed on, I was really upset. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like my dog died. It was like my best friend died. I mean, I remember when it was just Sprite and us. That was it. We only had 2 or 3 snakes back when we got Sprite. And I think a bearded dragon, Bella and Sprite, were purchased around the same time. So that tells you how old Bella is, the bearded dragon you see on the channel. That's the big one. Yeah, the big one. But I had her for many years. Unfortunately, what I think happened with Sprite is I think she was a little older than what I was told she was. Because they only lived about 10 to 20 years in captivity. So I think when I got Sprite, I think she was almost a 10-year-old. And I had her for almost 6 years. So that's a good life for a snake. And she died big. She was one of my best eaters. She ate a rat every 2 weeks. See, look at this. See? And that's right next to my face. If she wanted to, she could have my eyeball. But again, look at the way they act. Look at the way they are. See what I'm saying? And unlike people, you can tell what a snake's thinking, and they do what they do. And again, like I said, a privilege. So this is a little bit of a longer video, and I'm going to try to do one of these videos, a 5-minute video on each snake, just to go over in a little bit more depth of what they are. She weighs in at just under 100 grams. She's at 96 grams. And like I said, again, eats live pinkies, almost fuzzies, 2 to 3 a week. When I first got her, she went about 2 weeks before she started eating for me. But once she got acclimated to her habitat, she pretty much flawlessly eats. And we feed her in a feeding container like we do a lot of snakes. I'd say I'm about 50-50. Half my snakes, the bigger ones, I do feed in their tanks. And then the other ones that are a little smaller, I feed in feeding tubs. Only one, because they don't really know what they're doing. It's a lot easier to watch and predict and to control things so they don't get any, debris in their mouth, such as bedding or anything like that. But eventually, when she gets a little bit bigger, probably around her 3-year mark, she will eat in her tank too. And another debate real quick is that I feed all my snakes live animals. Well, they don't come across dead frozen ones in the wild. And I try my best to give my snakes the best life I can. So do want you to remember, hit like, hit subscribe, so we can get you some more videos from T-Rex's Python Bit.